Hi everybody, Kenneth G Hasty here once again with my series of videos for business owners, for sales managers, for salespeople, to help you become better at what you do and be more successful. And I do that because I'm a professional business growth consultant. I'm also a professional sales automation consultant, and it helps me grow my brand. But while I'm doing that, I'm helping you help yourself, and we all win, right? So if you want to get a hold of me directly, it's Kenneth at kennethghasty.com. or just on my website at kennethghasty.com if you want to see a little more. So let's talk about today's topic. Today's topic is called 3 good calls a day. Now what's that mean? Well, you know, I've had years and years of successful experience in sales as a, phone rep, an outside rep, sales management, executive sales management, entrepreneurialism, etc. And, a lot of people, sales can be a numbers game, of course, but is it really the quantity of calls or is it the quality of calls? And, I've seen people that, brag about, well, I make my salespeople, make 30 calls a day and they better have one business card from each place that they stopped into. Well, so his goal is collecting business cards and a lot of them. But is that really helping them sell? Really? What if somebody stops and talks to them and says, hey, can we sit and talk about your product? No, I'm sorry, I got to go pick up 10 more business cards. I'm running a little behind. Well, what's that about, right? That makes no sense. So, on the other hand, if somebody's not making sales calls, that's a whole nother problem. But what I used to try to do, and what I had people that work for me try to do, is, plan at least 3 good calls. And what I mean by that is, people that are in your target market, appointments you can make, people that can buy more or should be able to buy more. And then plan when you're in that call to be able to have extra time. So maybe you've got one first thing in the morning. So you come in, you bring some donuts, tape your card to the box so, they know who you are, whoever gets a donut. They're, oh yeah, so Kenneth brought those. That was really nice. It makes a nice impression, right? Have another one either at lunch or right before or after lunch. And then come in and sometimes I bring cookies to those, and say, hey, bring in cookies, and then that was a very powerful tool for me. Same thing, tape my card to the box. And then plan another one late in the day, maybe 3:30, 4:30, whatever. And so now if you've got 3 quality calls to where ideally you've got time to sit down and they say, hey, can we sit and talk about this? And you might be there for a half hour, you might be there for an hour, you might be there for 2 hours, it really depends. But if it's helping you build the relationship and build the sale, then it's well worth your time to do it, right? So if you don't have the time, if you don't schedule time in between, then that's really a challenging situation for a salesperson. I used to work and I had an inside person schedule my time. I remember the first time I flew into Houston, Texas, and they scheduled 2 calls an hour apart. Well, believe it or not, it took an hour to get from one call to the next call, on a good day without much traffic. So, still Houston, right? Big place. Now, what I learned to do is, of course, look at, plan it out on the maps and that and say, okay, how long is it really going to take? How long is it going to take in traffic, et cetera. But what I don't want to do is be in a great sales conversation and have somebody who's coming along, they're motivated, they're close to buying, and all of a sudden, I got to leave. I got to be at the next appointment. Well, so I've got 2 choices now. I stick with the one and hope to sell it while, potentially losing the other one, right? Bird in hand, 2 in the bush kind of thing. Or I'd stall the one, say, hey, I really got to run to we're having a great conversation. Can I come back later today? So, plan time in between. So make sure you've got time when you're doing it. So what happens when those calls go fast? And you're like, okay, I planned all this time, Ken, thanks, now it's 9 in the morning, I got nothing else till 1. Well, then that's a good time to cold call or make phone calls or things like that. So use the time, don't just waste it. And, and try to get to the next place early so you know where it is. I've had GPS send me to the wrong place, and I'm sure you probably have too. So it's always a good idea to go by there a little early and make sure that you're in the right place. So anyway, like I was saying earlier, 3 good calls a day will make you very successful. So hopefully that helps. If you like these videos, then please push like, forward, retweet, etc. We'll keep doing them. So Kenneth G Hasty signing off. Thanks. Take care. Bye.